most of us will be athletic, running out of ways to ask you this, but what stood out tonight, especially about Donovan?
This was about the team. You know what I mean? I know, Donovan's a hell of a player and deserves a lot of credit, but this was about our team tonight. I thought everybody went out, played with a purpose, played together, played the right way. So this was a team win tonight.
And as you have been looking for those team wins and having guys contribute, like what stood out the way that they were able to do so, and what was different about that, I guess?
I think we just did what we were supposed to do for longer periods of time. I think coming out of the third quarter, we let them go on a little run. But other than that, I thought we played a pretty good game in total.
Danny Cunningham, ESPN Cleveland. J.B., do you think this was the most complete game you guys have played all season?
I thought we played well tonight. I thought we played, we could have played better defense in the second half. But, again, we did enough to win.
How important has Isaac been lately to what you guys are doing defensively?
He's a guy who can take individual challenges. We know he's a guy who's capable of shutting people down and, keeping you in positions where you don't have to do a lot of help. So he definitely helps. He takes pressure off of everybody because he can contain his man.
Joe
Moore, The Athletic. So Donovan played 23 minutes-ish tonight, and I know he had 4 fouls. Was it a foul trouble thing or a score flow?
Well, he picked up his fourth. It was like 5 to go in the third. And we just continued to build the lead, so I didn't think there was a reason to put him back. So that was the reason behind it.
He's played quite a bit of minutes so far this year. How good does that make you feel to get through a game against a good team, an emotional game for him, and only have to play him for 23 minutes?
I think it's something with all of our guys, making sure we can manage their load, and I think that's where, as we continue to grow, you take care of business, and you can find yourself in some of those positions more often than not. We've put ourselves in some tough predicaments by getting big leads and losing leads in fourth quarters in particular, where your guys have to rack up minutes. So I think this is something about, just growth for us and being able to play, consistently throughout the 4 quarters.
Spencer Davies, basketball.com. 20-something odd fast break points tonight. A lot of that one more that Jerry keeps talking about on the passing. Is there just more legs tonight, do you think? And how do you feel like that defense that dictated your offense this evening?
I thought especially in the first half, we did a really good job defensively. Creating some turnovers, but they shoot a lot of threes. When you shoot threes, and they were 5 for 20 in the first half. There's a lot of long rebounds, which allows your break to get started. So I think that was more so, what we were looking for is we want to be able to convert into layups and dunks if possible. We'll take early threes also, but if we can't find that, that's when we want to control the game. So if we can find those, we're interested in running for the easy ones.
And Kevin, ended up making a pretty big impact there in the first half as well. How have you felt about his minutes since he's come back? And tonight it seemed like he just had a little bit more of a flow and a rhythm to him.
Yeah, I think the ball found his hands. And we all know what he's capable of. He's a, elite playmaker, space floor. That type of floor spacer, I say. But we know what he's capable of. So. The more the ball touches his hands, he gets his rhythm, the better it is for everybody.
I'm Deborah, right down Euclid. JB, we talked about Larry a lot pregame, but a guy we didn't touch on is Colin. And you've been coaching for a really long time. You've known him for a really long time. And he was out all of last year, but he didn't play tonight, but he's playing this season. How does it feel for you, just as a guy who's probably close to Colin, just to see him back out there playing?
You that's what this is about. You always want to see the guys doing what they love, especially the guys who put the time in to make sure that they can be at their best. And, Colin is a tireless worker. He went through so much here but was never deterred. All he wanted to do was get on the floor and help. So, you're always happy to see him back on the floor and playing at a high level and helping a team win.
And in terms of just Isaac, his impact was huge on both ends of the floor, but you talk about how you don't want him playing in a box. Was tonight a good example of him just playing a little bit more freely in the flow of the offense? Yeah,
there's so much out there for him. And there's things that he's capable of doing. He helps us in transition. He can get out and run. He's a great cutter. He's a really good offensive rebounder, and he's a really good passer. So there's so many things that he's capable of. We just got to continue to find him in those spots.
Last one, Kelsey.
Jetty hit those 3 threes tonight, and the bench was going crazy. Kind of has been that spark that we've talked about. What is it about him that allows him to sort of ride the ebb and flow and be able to hit those shots when kind of in the flow?
I mean, it is, kind of a phenomenon. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those guys who has the ability, to pull a crowd in and to be a momentum shifter. Like when he sees that first one go, you can bet there's more that's going to follow. And his teammates love it. The fans love it. And he's that spark for us that we need.